Okay, we stay aside, but I am very happy. Okay, they're walking out. And then together, walk out together.
It's still working, yeah? Kind of loose.
2025 U-14 Nexus Championships presented by Osaka Hockey here from the Virginia Beach area in the Regional Training Center. Team Montreal taking on Team Athens, preparing for the championship gold medal match in this one. I'm Isaac Berkey, here to take you through it as these two teams coming in off of early 7 a.m. victories here at the RTC this morning. We'll dig into how they got to the championship matches. National anthem being played on the field, so we're going to pause and we'll have this one in just a minute. Athens in the red, Montreal in the white. Starting lineups we'll get through for these squads. Starting with Athens, we see Lauren Bruto, Stella Smith, Claire Haas, Adeline Stroughton, Ezra Dindasin, Ava Villiers, Abigail Forer, Giselle Natachoni, Amelia Devendorf, Peyton Kirchhoff, Gracie Wilson, Lily Slocum, Emily Inardi, Harper Donaldson, Annie Banks, and Savannah Sokol, rounding out the lineup for Athens. And for the team in red, or excuse me, the team in white today, Team Montreal, the lineup for Montreal: Alice Moorman, Caroline Galiski, Vienna Nanacioni, Ava Garino, Ella Raparco, Peyton Maza, Catherine Sarami, Mirab Kaur, Quinn Kidwell, Ella Hoffman, Sydney Grossman, Emma Herscher, Peyton Dillon, Blake Barnes, Carolyn Curtin, and Josephine Payne, rounding out the roster for Team Montreal. Montreal comes in the white kits today. Athens in the red, as I'm joined here in the booth from the RTC by Bren Underwood, getting ready for this one, as Montreal comes in a 7 a.m. victory this morning, 4-2 over Los Angeles to jump into this gold medal match. Athens, a 4-1 victory over Rome. As underway we are from the Sportsplex on this one, far side. Athens in the red once again, Montreal in the white. And early on, the aggressor, clearly Athens in the red, trying to get off to a hot start.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for these teams is they've only got 3 days to work with each other. So coming in, they're all coming from different areas of the country, all with different skill sets. You've got a coach who they most likely have not played with before. who's just trying to figure out where can I put these players to put them in the best position to not only succeed well as a team, but this is also a selection tournament. How do I make my players look the best for these selectors? Because there's some selection opportunities for them with Junior Olympics, Junior National Team camps. So a lot of factors go into play for these certain games for them, for Montreal and Athens to kind of lead to where they are right now.
And for these teams, obviously, you mentioned that aspect of it for these girls. It's not only learning your teammates, but also learning your coach and what your coach is kind of wanting, how you want to play there as well.
For sure. As someone who's been on both sides of that, both as a coach and as a player, there definitely is a balancing act of being able to really advocate for yourself as a player and saying, here's where I want to play, here's where I know I play best, but also being able to trust your coach who might see potential in you somewhere else where you might not be used to, and being able to take that with stride and with confidence and play your hardest no matter where you're put on the field.
As Montreal works their way out of their own defensive half, trying to get some offensive opportunity on the far side of the pitch, moving along. Both these teams, you mentioned wanting to work hard, but also it's hot out there. It's 87 degrees in the air. The turf adds a little bit to that. So you've got battling with learning new players, learning new teammates, and battling the elements as well.
Nah, it sure is hot. And the crazy thing is that's not the hottest I've seen Virginia Beach so far. So potential for it to get a lot toastier later in the day. Right now where it's noon o'clock. It is noon right now, and it is just going to continue to keep boiling, especially under this blazing sun.
Far side of the pitch, the opportunity almost presented itself for Montreal. However, things are going to flip, and Athens looks to go back on the attack, but halted.
Yeah, just a great attempt at an aerial by the center back there. However, because that ball was played into a group of players, you have to have a clear receiver in order for that aerial to be considered not dangerous. And because there was multiple people in that space, therefore the aerial is considered dangerous and it goes the opposite way.
For these two teams, early stages kind of punch, counter punch, trying to figure each other out in addition to their teammates. Obviously a few minutes in, but thoughts with the back and forth, knowing that what you've seen over the weekend and these girls having a chance to play with each other earlier today, thoughts coming into game 2 of the afternoon from what you've seen so far?
You know, the big thing for this age group is the individual skill is really strong. A lot of these players are working really hard on their own time to develop their stick skills, their hits, their shots on goal. However, the biggest gap for the U14 age group is being able to play cohesively on a team, especially with girls that they don't know, being able to have that vision to look up, find where these other players are running into space, and being able to not only make the pass to a player, but then run off the ball and get ready for the next pass. So as we go into, the older age groups in these upcoming tournaments after U14, we're going to see a little bit stronger passing patterns, a bit more possession. But from the U14s, you're going to see a lot of strong individual skill, players trying to take the ball with speed on their own. And sometimes that works really well. Sometimes some strong defense is going to really stuff those opportunities.
And almost right on cue, we saw an opportunity on the far side of the pitch there as Team Athens tried to kind of create a break down the sideline before being thwarted. Now a chance coming back through middle of the pitch, but defense positioning sits on top and able to steal it away for Athens again.
Yeah, that just incredible skill from the defender for Athens there. Being able to not only pick up the ball with his strength, but be able to find the space down the right-hand side and force Montreal to take the ball over the end line for them to get another possession going down the field.
Centering attempt, defense comes out on top, able to send that to the sideline and out. However, Athens will maintain possession. 9:20 to play, opening quarter. Zeros on the scoreboard. Back and forth game so far.
Yeah, based on my experience with this age group, I'm expecting I think it's either going to be a really high scoring game or it's going to be a 1-0. I don't think we're going to see anything really in like the 1-2s, 2-3s. I mean, these kids love to prove me wrong whenever I'm on the mic. Um, but a lot of these times we usually see some higher scoring opportunities just from some great individual skill. Or if we have these strong defenders, like I think we're really seeing from Athens right now, I think it's going to be a low scoring game.
What kind of added pressure from your experience with this age group do you see as they play in those really tight games where you've got the pressure of it being a selection, you've got the pressure of the gold medal match, but also knowing that one goal might be it?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for the U14s is that even though this is still a selection tournament, at this age group, you're usually looking at your top couple of picks for these players that go to Junior Olympics and Junior National Team Camp. A lot of the selections are going to come more from the U16 age group. So what's really great for these coaches is to just go in and immediately say, hey, even though this is considered a selection tournament, um, this is more of just a learning experience for you guys to then be able to have a higher chance of being selected when you get a little bit older into those U16 spaces. So I really hope they're not putting that stress on them of being selected um, and really putting that pressure on them to perform in this game for those goals in particular. The pressure should be, I want to do well for my team. I want to do well because I love to succeed. I love to play hard and work hard, and not necessarily because what will the selectors think of me. Even if you are getting selected, that's a great mentality to have. Worry less about what's going on the sideline with those coaches, with the clipboards, and focus more on what can I do for my team in this situation that's best.
Nice little quick spin through the defense. Opportunity coming back for Athens, but defense, thwarted and sent all the way down to the other end of the field by Montreal. Near side pass, just a little bit ahead of the outstretched reach, unable to get it. And so Montreal will have a chance, try to set up things back in their own end, but try to get on the attack, something we haven't seen necessarily as much from Montreal. And I say that, and right back comes Athens with a nice little steal through the middle of the pitch. Chance that one sent over the goal. They're saying it was deflected out. So opportunity here for Athens with about 6.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Quick sent backwards, looking for that, try to find that gap in the defense. Good closing effort, but opportunity down toward the end line. Athens chipped over and out. And so we're going to have an opportunity here for Athens.
Yeah, really smart play by Athens there. From that, looks like their right mid, being able to take the ball with speed down to the baseline. And while that's a low angle opportunity for a shot, being able to play the ball off of the defender's exposed feet to allow for a penalty corner, which is going to be a lot stronger of an opportunity for their team in order to get a shot on goal.
It's the high field IQ, the awareness to be able to do that. As penalty corner chance here for Athens. Drop pass. That one blocked in front by the defense to the inline, fighting there, loose, and they're going to say it just crossed over the inline, so we'll get another penalty corner for Athens.
Yeah, great job for Montreal to hold the fort in that space. I think that was a great slip off of the Athens player back foot to slip it left for the shot opportunity.
Top chance, slid across. Looking, that one sent wide, and a chance almost for Montreal to try to get a piece of that, but knowing where the goal was, where the opportunity was, easily let that slide out. So possession will go back to Montreal off the opportunity. As Montreal in white, Athens in red. Athens has been the aggressor so far here through the first 10.5 minutes of quarter number one. Coming in off a 4-1 victory this morning to put themselves in this gold medal match near side. Nanachioni trying to take her team onto the offensive half. Hit ahead. That one going to roll to the inline and out. Good look. Had the teammate there. Just couldn't connect with her.
Yeah, what I think Montreal did on that play, they did a really great job of sending the ball back and around the back line. What we can try to encourage our U-14s to do is sometimes the best way forward is to go back and around. We don't always have to force the ball through the middle, down the line. If we can change the angle of the ball by sending the ball back on a transfer, then we can really find a new angle and maybe a new gap that we can send this ball through.
Chance and a shot. That one looks like the leg pad might have gotten a piece of it to kind of redirect the opportunity from Athens. Good movement, good opportunity to find the space and get that shot off. Just didn't go their way that time.
Yeah, it looks like we have Savannah Sokol in goal from Uxbridge, Massachusetts. So all the way up north, probably a little bit colder up there than it is down here, and a lot warmer if you're in that goalie gear. I would know it is quite toasty, but she's doing a good job of holding the fort nevertheless.
As back the other way, chance for Montreal denied, and they get the opportunity coming back. We've seen a couple of chances in and around the goal for Athens. Now Montreal are going to try to switch things and get their chance. Holding near midfield. Sent back in toward the goal. Going to bounce, deflect, and out. That'll stay with Montreal. So they kind of weathered the storm from Athens and now trying to get a chance of their own. Cutting through the defense. As that's Ella Hoffman making her move there, but not able to get it. However, a corner opportunity for Montreal, trying to get on the board. Zeros the score, just under 2 minutes to go, opening quarter.
Yeah, really smart play from Hoffman just to take the ball into space with speed. Athens kind of opened up their right baseline on that play and allowed her to get the ball in and get that foot for the corner.
From the right side of the goal, pass thrown up in, worked across. Chance, good stick to get in that shooting lane, poke it out. Montreal going to keep possession. Looking for the little backhand right on the line and out. But it'll stay with Montreal. So they weathered the storm, but now having some good opportunities of their own. Defensive work, stepping through. Athens clears out. There's that good defense we talked about once again, creating havoc for both teams and making sure that the offensive chances are limited. And these goalies in that hot, sweaty gear get at least a little bit of rest from time to time.
For sure. Although as a goalkeeper, there isn't much rest because anytime you're not touching the ball, you are definitely talking to your back line. You're trying to create a build for your team, giving them the best opportunities of who's open down the field. And then when the ball's coming on your end, you are screaming at your defense who to mark, where the ball is going, where to keep the ball left or right. I'd say 80% of goalkeeping is basically quarterbacking your team in front of you, really being the general, telling them where to go, telling them what to do. As a goalie, I could not touch a ball for an entire game and I'll still be exhausted from the amount of yelling and the amount of thinking I have to do in order to set my team up for success in front of me.
As a goalie in a situation like this where you've got a team that is still relatively new to you, obviously that communication is important. How do you learn on the go? How do you kind of figure out how your defenders communicate best and what kind of communication, what terminology, or what they respond to best to make sure that you're communicating in the most effective way?
With a brand new team, the goal is to keep it simple. Focus on who should step to the ball, forcing it left or right, calling for the shot when you want to take the ball. The simpler and the quicker you can be with a brand new team, the better.
First quarter is done. Zeros on the scoreboard. I'm not going to say you called it yet because we still got a long way to go, but you mentioned these games either go one of two ways, and this certainly looks like it's going to be a defensive battle. That's what it's been so far. Both teams have had chances, but 0-0 is the score sitting after one, certainly looking like it's heading down the defensive struggle way.
Yeah, you're being very generous to me, Isaac.
So we're going to pause for a moment. We'll be back with the second quarter. Zeros on the scoreboard, Montreal and Athens after the first.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game!
Grow the game.
Grow the game. Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Gold medal match, U-14 Nexus Championship presented by Osaka from the Regional Training Center in a balmy Virginia Beach. Team Montreal and Team Athens 0-0 on the scoreboard after the opening stanza. I'm Isaac Berkey, she's Brent Underwood. We saw Athens in that opening stanza, certainly more aggressive offensively, but we said it right as the quarter ended. Defense was the story of that quarter.
Yeah, both teams have been quite even so far. Each team has gotten at least one corner opportunity, and a couple of shots really started to pepper the goalkeepers on either side. So looking for a pretty even game if we're staying consistent with what we just saw in the first quarter.
Josephine Payne, the keeper for Team Montreal. Meanwhile, on the other side, Savannah Sokol, the keeper for Athens. Montreal in the white, Athens in the red. As movement near side, Alice Mormon, the opportunity up the left sideline. Good move to cut back in. Pass just a little bit ahead of the intended target, Caroline Galiski. And so Athens able to clear out for time being, trying to work their way back up to the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, Josephine Payne, the Texas Pride goalkeeper, is probably used to this weather, being all the way down from Bel Air. It is quite hot in Texas at this time.
This might actually be a nice little cool down for her, considering what she's probably gotten used to with that gear on.
Exactly.
Long pass ahead. Montreal intercepts, works back to the midfield. Pass ahead, trying to counter in transition. As Galiski, once again, she's found her way into the offensive activity early on. The New York native, 2032 class of, is Galiski, wearing at number 92 in white. Long pass ahead, and Montreal settles near midfield once again. Good poke away on the run. Defense is right there. That one's Sydney Grossman. Loses it. Chance for Athens. Nice little poke. Still there. Athens. Chance. Rejected. Slowed down, but we're going to get an opportunity on the corner for Athens in red. This will be their third of the match so far. Zeros on the scoreboard early here in the second quarter.
Yeah, good to see Athens with another penalty corner opportunity on this play. After taking a bit of pressure from Montreal at the end of that first quarter, it's nice to see that they were able to kind of shift the weight of the game in their favor.
And trying to kind of seize that momentum, seize the weight of that game. This game, as the chance right here, sent up top, sidestep, Shot deflected, batted down, sliding save across as Josephine Payne. Right place, right time, but another opportunity coming for Athens on the corner.
Yeah, Payne, really good job stepping up on that play there, understanding that the player for Athens was going to try and take that shot in that space.
Gracie Wilson addresses up top. Athens shot. Payne is there, tries to kick it towards her own teammates. Held Athens once again. Shot loose, kicked in front. They're going to score. It was loose, sitting on the line, and Johnny on the spot for Athens as they're able to tap it home and take the 1-0 lead here with 11:22 to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, just a great job from Athens, being able to frame the cage, being aware of where the most dangerous places are around the goal, and that's your far post, that's your stroke mark. So having players in those space for that loose ball, being able to flick it up in the end.
As Athens takes the 1-0 lead, we'll get you the goal scorer here as we can. But Montreal started off the quarter, started really from about 3 minutes left in that opening quarter, took it into number 2, turning in 1 goal scored from Athens to make it a 1-0 match. Seeing if they can get some momentum here, moving ahead, had a chance, had a teammate wide open, but Stella Smith unable to get the pass across. It'll stay with Athens, though, in the red, Montreal in the white. I believe that Athens goal scored by Giselle Nataccioni as they take the 1-0 lead. Hard pressure put on defensively. Stepping through, Smith tries to center. Poked, pulled away. Montreal trying to just get out of harm's way. They play it up to the sideline, deflects off the stick right there in front of Gracie Wilson. And so Montreal weathers the storm, down 1-0, trying to get momentum and offense coming back their way here with about 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Giselle Nataccioni, a member of Mainline Mayhem, a team that actually got third in the U-14 NCCs, the National Club Championships, in late June. So part of a very strong team up in Central PA. We're actually closer to Conshohocken, so that's a bit more east, right outside of Philly.
And just in from the field itself, correction on the goal scorer there, it was Amelia Devendorf out of New York. So Devendorf with the tally in Athens with the 1-0 lead here midway through the second quarter. Shot, that one slides through everybody, and Gracie Payne, or Josephine Payne there, rolls out. It'll come back to Montreal. As trailing by 1, this has been kind of a defensive struggle, but we've seen in this second quarter at least, a couple of shots from Montreal to start it. Athens has come back. They were able to capitalize on back-to-back corners to take that lead. But is this going to be the proverbial dam break here where we start to see tons of goals, or are we going to play to another tight, hard-fought match? Only time will tell. Far side, Montreal on the offensive. Athens weathering the storm for time being, going to survey pitch pulling up towards midfield. Bouncer held by Montreal, but going to go right back to Athens.
So these U-14s, there are a couple players that can send really nice aerials. An important rule to note is, as there was a clear receiver in that space, she has the advantage to not only receive the ball, but allow it to settle before a defender is allowed to step up and play. So that defender has to save 5 meters before being able to step up and play that ball once the ball is settled. Of course, the ball wasn't settled, it was still bouncing. So that approach was considered illegal. Ball stays with Athens.
Catherine Sarami trying to go from deep in her end up towards midfield for Montreal. Got only so far before it was coughed up, turned over, and back to Athens in red, leading 1-0 here late in this second quarter. Down the far side, looking to center in front. The defense of Montreal comes away and thwarts that opportunity, as it looked like it was Abigail Forer trying to get things going offensively before being denied. Peyton Dillon on the restart, the New Jersey native for Team Montreal.
Yeah, Abigail Forer from Shillington, Pennsylvania. It's actually about like a 3-minute drive from where I'm from, Isaac. She plays for Next Level Field Hockey, based out of Mannheim, Pennsylvania. Plays under Coach Schellenberger, who's actually here coaching a team today. She'll be coaching in the bronze medal game just after this one.
And that bronze medal game, of course, we will have streamed for you as well, as bronze medal game going to feature Team Rome and Team Los Angeles. That one set for 1:15, but right now we've got a tight, hard-fought 1-0 game with 4:57 to go, second quarter. That pass, maybe just a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of misunderstanding where your teammates were, as there was a white jersey walking on the sideline, and I think she just thought that that was her teammate in the field of play instead of right outside. As Montreal in the white, Sydney Grossman slowly working her team's way up the pitch towards midfield, trailing by 1. Looking to create some offense. They saw this start of the second quarter with a couple of chances, but have been relatively quiet since that point. That said, looking for a centering feed, goes right off the defender. Good defensive positioning, and again, that defense we talked about in quarter number 1 coming into play. Positioning, knowing where the passing lanes are. Good defensive play to take away that opportunity.
Yeah, and we're going to get another corner for Montreal. Just a great chance to really get some more momentum going for this team. Obviously, with being down a goal, there's a little bit of pressure from them to execute on this play. Just for them, just a reminder to stay calm, stay composed, do what they've been doing so far. It's still been an even game regardless of the score.
Emma Hirschner taking the corner for Montreal. Good ball movement, trying to get a shot off. Right there, Athens. Defensive positioning, shot, kick, save out. Second chance. And denied, but the kick save there last minute coming from Sokol.
Savannah Sokol, what a great lunge on the ball. Just some notes from an excellent save by goalkeeper for watching. Being able to stay balanced, keep her hands in front of her, and lunge through and get her weight forward onto that saving foot, finishing through the ball, and keeping her entire chest and her weight forward in front of her as she makes that save.
Spoken like a true former goalkeeper yourself.
Hey, you can't say for me yet. I just finished my college career. Once the goalie, always a goalie, all right?
A goalkeeper yourself. There we go.
There we go.
We'll remove the former there. Sorry about that.
Hey, you can come watch me at Senior Nexus. I play in just about a week.
As here for the Junior Nexus U-14 gold medal match, Montreal and Athens. Montreal in the white, Athens in the red. Corner opportunity for Athens. This is going to be their 5th of the match so far. Last time we saw them in this position ended up leading to their first and only goal of the match so far.
Indeed, and what a great job to get the ball down the field quickly after conceding a penalty corner on the opposite end of the field and get one of their own to finish.
Making sure everyone's on the same page. You see the little hand signals between teammates there. Pass up top, split across. As trying to get a shot off there was Donaldson, but the poke check denies that, and Montreal weathers a storm momentarily. Athens back on the attack. One thing that they've been able to take advantage of, it seems, is a shot kicked out, rolling to the sideline and out. One thing that Athens has seemed to be able to do well so far here in this second quarter as we go under the minute mark is every time it seems like they might have a chance, Montreal weathers the storm, they come right back with another opportunity. Don't even really let them get to midfield before they mount pressure once again.
For sure. And just a little shout out to Harper Donaldson, who's been doing a great job at back, being on that corner, being on that circle for the corner, but has been doing an excellent job of holding the fort for Athens on the defensive line. A member of H2O is doing an excellent job back there of not only being in front of her mark, but then taking the ball speed and finding an outlet after she makes that defensive play. That's something we're really trying to teach our players at this young age, being able to not only defend the ball properly, but then look up and try and make the next pass early as soon as they make that reception.
Middle turning, trying to get a pass off there, and as you talk about making that pass early, maybe waiting a little bit too long, trying to back the defender down, as it was Caroline Curtin, as time runs out in half number 1. So the lone goal for Athens coming from Dievendorf as they lead 1-0. We'll be back with the second half in just a little bit of this gold medal match from Virginia Beach.
Same is lame. Field hockey players have stick. They've got vibe. They've got that tuning fork in their hearts that goes off when a ball thumps the backboard of a goal. Field hockey is for the mold breakers, the convention challengers, the trailblazers, people who think outside the box and come alive inside the circle. Sure, there will always be those who mindlessly take the road more traveled, think the same, do the same, play the same. Field hockey players know that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and that the strength of the wolf is the pack. We know we're different, and we're proud of it. It's how we stand out. It's how we fit in. Like eagles, we soar individually, yet value family and togetherness highly. Join us. We're the minority of millions that get it. There's a stick waiting to be picked up, lifelong friendships to be made, goals to be a part of, victories, defeats, draws, and more. Stories to be told with you, by you, of you. There's a field hockey team waiting to be called yours. Game on. Dare to differ.
From credentials to luggage tags, even time standards tags for competitive swimmers, Bag Tags creates durable and distinct functional sporting events tags that are not only used as a security measure, but are also treasured keepsakes, marking special moments and milestones in an athlete's competitive career. Bag Tag services some of the most notable sporting events across the country. Fully customizable, totally unique, and made in the USA. Visit bagtagsinc.com today.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Same is lame. Field hockey players have stick. They've got vibe. They've got that tuning fork in their hearts that goes off when a ball thumps the backboard of a goal. Field hockey is for the mold breakers, the convention challengers, the trailblazers, people who think outside the box and come alive inside the circle. Sure, there will always be those who mindlessly take the road more traveled, think the same, do the same, play the same. Field hockey players know that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and that the strength of the wolf is the pack. We know we're different, and we're proud of it. It's how we stand out. It's how we fit in. Like eagles, we soar individually, yet value family and togetherness highly. Join us. We're the minority of millions that get it. There's a stick waiting to be picked up, lifelong friendships to be made, goals to be a part of, victories, defeats, draws, and more. Stories to be told with you, by you, of you. There's a field hockey team waiting to be called yours. Game on. Dare to differ.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Back at Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, second half of this gold medal match. I'm Isaac Berkey. She's Bryn Underwood. 1-0 match through the first two quarters in favor of Team Athens. That goal coming from Devendorf in the second quarter. But, Bryn, you kind of called it early on. A defensive battle back and forth. Each team has had some chances, but the defense is really kind of clamping down and being the story of this gold medal match so far.
Yeah, there is a half to go, so we could see some more scoring opportunities here. But so far, it's been pretty even on both sides, both offensively and defensively. Just that one goal that kind of squeezed in.
As it looked like Ava Vie making her move there, losing possession momentarily, but a corner opportunity early on for Athens looking to extend their lead. They've got 5 so far in the match. That goal coming off of a cluster from a corner. Certainly an opportunity for them to extend the lead here.
Yeah, just looked at that Montreal defender was not 5 before attempting to play defense on the restart. And any 5-yard penalty within that 23-meter line is an immediate upgrade to a penalty corner.
As Athens trying to use the near post, defense comes out on top, and all goes against Athens. And so once again they weather the storm. Montreal does in white, trailing 1-0, trying to find a way to equalize this here in the third quarter. Up towards midfield on the attack, Montreal. A little bit of a push, and so they're going to have a chance to restart. Catherine Sarami See her standing near side. Addressing the ball, though, Quinn Kidwell for Team Montreal. Kidwell out of Pennsylvania from Glen Mills. 1-0 this score. Montreal in white, Athens in red. Offensively, Athens has certainly been the aggressor so far through the first 2 quarters and 2 minutes. We'll see if they're able to keep the foot on the gas and maybe tuck 1 or 2 more past Josephine Payne, who has been very good for Team Montreal to this point. Long shot blocked by the defense, and once again, Montreal getting in those shooting lanes and those passing lanes, making things a little bit tougher for Team Athens as shot attempt just rolls right out. And so Montreal, say it again, weather the storm, chance to go on the attack and try to equalize. Intercepted, Athens. Splits the defense. Trying to get a shot off. Not going to go, but a good look for Athens, pressing the issue once again. Trying to keep possession and keep their foot on the gas pedal to create some more opportunities here early in half number 2.
Yeah, well, that was a low ankle shot. It was on cage, and that does force your goalkeeper to have to make a save and get another opportunity on goal from that long hit.
And with those low angle shots, really anything can happen at times. You never know when a little deflection, somebody able to get in there, or simply a keeper just misreads it.
Yeah, it's definitely why you encourage players who are on the baseline to send the ball onto the opposite post of the side they're on, especially if you have a player on that far post ready to tip the ball in. Just a little more traffic, a little more opportunity to get a small touch that could potentially end up going into the back of the goal.
Athens dancing their way through traffic and through trouble there, knocked out by Montreal, but Athens going to try to go back on the attack. That one sent through from Annie Banks. Intercepted Montreal, trying to clear out. Athens keeps pressing, holds. Trying to dance in. We've seen maybe a little bit of that mentality you touched on where one or two steps. The pressure is 1 or 2 extra instead of looking for that early pass. It's worked at times for Athens, but they've also coughed up the ball at times because of it.
Yeah, Isaac, there's a small balance between dribbling the ball on an angle in order to draw the defender and then make the passer goes around them, and then also sending the ball early so that you're not allowing the defender to get in the line of the player you're trying to pass to in order to get that ball down the field just a little bit quicker.
Corner opportunity for Athens. 6th of the match.
Yeah, you're having to say that a lot, aren't you?
We've had a lot in the last few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get to about 7 or 8, I might lose track, but so far, so good. Shot back post, chance. Trying to get across. Lifted, rolls out. And a good look for Athens, but Montreal stands tall.
Yeah, just great defense. From it looks like that corner defense, Montreal's playing with 2 low post players, being able to try and thwart that ball back to the insert and able to play defense, really apply that pressure to not allow an immediate shot when that ball gets passed down to the insert, who of course tried to send that ball far post like we've been talking about, just a little bit too high for her team.
Chance in front shot, that one sliding, looked like the stick of Josephine Payne might have gotten a piece of it, but Athens keeping the pressure on. Right after the corner, they come back, another good look. Athens is pressing, and it kind of has that feel at some point in the next few minutes, unless Montreal is able to kind of flip the script. Athens is going to break through with another one here.
Yeah, Athens just applying a lot of pressure, not really giving Montreal any sort of build opportunity. Just really good execution of that press from Coach Tara Heskett. doing a great job of keeping her team, applying pressure, getting this ball in the circle, and allowing for corner opportunities.
Shot blocked in front, the defense clamping down. But another opportunity on the corner here for Athens. You talked about what you've seen defensively from Montreal in the corners. From Athens, how do you kind of adjust to try to take advantage or exploit something in that defense?
Yeah, it's all about just trying something new. It seems like the last two corners, Athens have tried that ball back down to the insert for a shot, which haven't seemed to provide much success. Looks like they're trying something different now.
Worked across, shot blocked, rebound in front, trying to collect it. Unable, pressure. Athens wants to center, deflected off of Montreal, so it'll stay with Athens. And again, they keep the pressure on. 7:07 to go, third quarter, 1-0. Athens leading thanks to the goal from Devendorf.
Yeah, with still so much time left in the third quarter and about 7 or 8 corners now for Athens, that's a lot of really high-scoring chances against Montreal. If they can try to sort of limit those as much as they can going into the rest of this third quarter and going into the fourth. Honestly, the more corners you get, the higher chance that one of these balls is going to end up in the back of the goal cage at some point. You can only have so many chances on defense before something starts to slip through.
And if you're Montreal, it really feels like you got to find a way to get over midfield. They've had chances when they've gotten over midfield in the earlier parts of this game, not so much here in the third quarter, but this third quarter has almost been predominantly on the defensive half of the pitch for Montreal as we see them move out towards midfield before Athens reclaims it. But right there, it's Montreal trying to get some offense right on cue and kind of calm down the storm that is the Athens defense. Chance, no one was there. And so the opportunity for Montreal goes nowhere.
Yeah, one thing that could help Montreal in this situation is the defense is looking for any option they can down the field. If we can get some more off-ball movement from these forwards and these mids in order to create some space and ability to pop in front of their defenders to get these balls before the defenders can intercept, then they're going to find some more opportunities down the field into their opposition circle for a chance on goal.
As pass through, intercepted by Galiski. She tries to center, but defense is right there. And you mentioned it, and we saw it in the last couple of plays from this Athens defense. Seems like every time Montreal tries to maybe hit to space, find a gap, there's a red jersey right there that just swoops right in and covers it.
Yeah, and in that instance, it's been Harper Donaldson, like I said before, really closing off any opportunity in that center back position. Doing a great job of not only being a great defender, but also being a great vocal leader. We obviously don't have sound on our live stream, but you can see her basically gesturing for her defense around her to find the correct positions, telling her midfield where to go. And at an age like U-14, that's something that's really valuable, that if you can continue to maintain and foster, is something that a lot of coaches down the line want to have on their team.
And certainly something in a tournament like this where you don't have that kind of second nature of, I've played with you for so long, I know you're going to be in this spot. It helps to be talking. It helps to be talking with a purpose, as some coaches would say, and certainly helps this defense stay strong.
Yeah, it also helps with, the indication of selections and things like that. Sometimes these players come into the mentality of, if I can dribble through 8 players and then take a beautiful reverse chip on goal, then that's what the selectors want to see. But in reality, the USA way and the US mentality is, can I make the right passes to my team to set them up for success? Can I communicate to my teammates to help them be on the ball and be in the right place at the right time? can I work as a unit with my teammates in order to give us the best possible chance on goal? So it's not always about the me, it's about the we. And that's what these selectors are looking for when trying to find their next future talent for USA junior and senior national teams.
The old, to take ice hockey references, the old Herb Brooks quote of not looking for the best players, but looking for the right ones certainly comes into play. The ones that can adjust to whoever you're playing with, but know how to take advantage of that, as we saw a sequence there where Athens got off their heels back on the attack and right back to where most of this quarter has been with 2:45 to go. Athens leading 1-0. Certainly has the feel like there's going to be another one coming soon, as they've gotten plenty of opportunities here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Montreal really has to maintain possession on this ball. Look to send the ball out wide. A lot of these times these players are thinking going to goal, and by that sending the ball down the middle, when in reality sending the ball out wide and then getting into the circle later down the field is really the key to success with these groups.
As the long shot bounced around and taken out by Montreal, trying to clear it to the sideline. Good wise decision, and knowing where on the field she was for Athens, is that was Emily Anardi letting it roll out, but still Athens pressing the issue, moving onward. Out and back to Montreal, so 1:40 to go, third quarter. No scoring in this third stanza, only one goal total in this gold medal match so far. Montreal trailing Athens 1-0, and Athens right back on the attack.
Yeah, I think a conversation Coach Sande Kadali is going to have with Montreal is how do we keep the ball in our team's possession in order to get the ball down the field. Just kind of, they're sending these long balls that are getting picked off by this strong back line for Athens. How do we send smaller but open passes down the field, utilize our mids instead of trying to send the long ball forwards who aren't open at the moment, in order to create more opportunity going down the field and also get more numbers with the ball.
As pass works across, chance Athens, and we'll come back to what you were saying here in a minute once we have a pause, but certainly how much of that from this defense, young defense, not fully experienced together, is kind of that panic of, I got to get this out. We're back on our heels, as opposed to, maybe taking a second more to find that open teammate to make the short pass.
Yeah, I actually think instead of waiting on the ball to look up to have the pass, there's a thing that we call pre-scanning, where before you even receive the ball, looking down the field, seeing where my next pass is before I receive the ball, then once I receive it, I can send it there immediately without keeping the ball for too long.
Eighth corner for Athens. Stutter step around the defense. The opportunity there, as that was Giselle Nataccioni. But time out in the third quarter, so one goal scored in the second quarter. That's all we've had so far. Athens leading Montreal 1-0. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a few from Virginia Beach.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves. In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out
and taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
Three quarters in the books, one to go from Virginia Beach. This gold medal match, Team Athens leading Team Montreal 1-0. Bren, 3 quarters down. You touched on a little bit of, if you were leading Team Montreal, kind of what you would focus on. Flipping sides, if you're the head coach of Team Athens, what are you saying to your girls heading into this fourth quarter?
Well, it's still a 1-0 game. So this defense cannot sleep if you're on Team Athens. They're doing a great job of staying alert, staying on top of the ball when these long balls are coming through. They're getting in front of the forwards, receiving the ball strong, and then getting the ball back down the field for another offensive push. Continue to play the way they're playing. And as the time dwindles down, just maintain possession, keep the ball, slow down the level of play, because if it's still 0-1 with about 5 minutes left to go, that's when Montreal's really going to pick up the pace, get a little bit more antsy, try and get this ball down the field quickly for some opportunity on goal.
As Athens in the red, starting with possession, but coughed it up. So Montreal, maybe an early opportunity as far side of the pitch. Chance stepping in. Stanton, that one never really had a chance, was destined wide of the cage before it really got too far at all.
Yeah, one small thing I want to point out, a little bit of an aside from what we've been talking about. We talked a little bit about Giselle Nataccioni. I think we've concluded that twin sister Vienna is playing for Montreal. So we have Giselle on Team Athens and Vienna on Montreal, and a relief for their parents who don't have to split time on both fields. They can both be here watching their daughters play at the same time. Both from Pennsylvania, both members of the club team Mainline Mayhem. Congratulations to them for being able to play against each other in the national championship, per se, national championship, if you consider that for Nexus. As a twin myself, always love when I get to play against my sister, especially in games like this.
Certainly plenty of bragging rights on the trip home from whoever comes out on top. Right now, it looks like that's going to be with Giselle as this sits at a 1-0 Athens lead. Montreal, though, you mentioned Athens not kind of sitting back on their heels and continuing to press, only a 1-goal difference, but Montreal's come out firing here in the fourth quarter with 13:04 to go. Trying to find a way to break through and sneak one past Savannah Sokol. Athens has been uncharacteristically on their heels to start this one, but they're going to get a chance right now and trying to move up the near sideline. On the run past one defender, tries to sneak it past the other, but good positioning from the defense. Maybe a little too much air underneath the ball and sends it out instead of right back where she wanted to, which would ideally be on her stick.
Yeah, however, Athens has done a great job on their press on getting these quick counterattacks. So being able to get Montreal on this 16-yard hit and really pressure them to move the ball around their back line is kind of a place Athens would probably want their team to be in, especially with the opportunities they've got from the build from Team Montreal.
Catherine Cerami for Team Montreal, the New Canaan, Connecticut native. Not going to go much farther, though, for Montreal, as Athens will regain possession, trying to clear towards midfield. And just like we saw in the early stages, kind of a back and forth battle in what we'll call the middle third of the field. It's kind of what we've seen here, the early stages of this fourth quarter, is both teams knowing that time is running out. On one side, Athens wanting to keep the issue pushed onto the offensive half of the pitch for them and extend their lead. Montreal trying to tie it up and bring this one to one aside. This is going to be able to find that next goal. Is even more important with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Pass far side, looked like Alice Mormon trying to make a run towards the end line. The defense from Athens.
It looks like on that play, the referee is signaling that there was a third party. So in that situation, if a player has the ball and a defender is defending them, let's say in this case, Athens had the ball, Montreal was defending, trying to get it back in the circle. If an Athens player steps in between them, therefore blocking the Montreal player from getting to the ball, that's considered a third party. Therefore, a penalty corner is called.
Caroline Curtin to take the penalty corner for Montreal. Up top, long shot. Right in the middle, deflected, pushing toward the end line. And out. So a chance for Montreal. They're going to maintain possession, try to get another chance cutting in here. As that was Ella Hoffman. Defensive work from Athens, but it's going to be another corner opportunity for Montreal. So kind of a similar feeling to when Athens got their goal, back-to-back corners. Montreal now a chance on the corner to try to set this one even.
Yeah, this is some great momentum for Montreal. Still down 0-1. This is great news for them to continue to get some shots on goal. Really test Savannah Sokol in that cage, trying to see if they can get an opportunity here.
Eva Guarino addressing the corner there.
Looks like a player went a little bit early on the penalty corner for Athens, so therefore she has to go back to the 50, and Athens will play with 3 defenders in the goal.
The cross shot, and Sokol was right there. Might have hit the post as well, but ricochets out the sideline. Athens stays on their heels. Montreal keeps possession. .8:26 to go in this fourth quarter. Montreal certainly has been the aggressor, something we haven't seen tons of through this one, as it seemed like Athens had a lot of the momentum, but everything has shifted. There's another corner opportunity here for Montreal. Call it really the third in the last couple of minutes, and a big chance for the team in white. Guarino. Opportunity, left side, shot, loose, still there, pushed out. But Montreal continuing to get chances, continuing to buzz around the goal.
Yeah, just a great adjustment from Montreal on that mistrap on the corner. Having that supporting player being able to step up, take that ball, and then make a pass in order to create some space for the shot on the corner. Just a really good heads-up play to get something on goal for Savannah Sokol to make that save. Unfortunately, it didn't go in for them this time, but if things continue to pan out the way they have so far in this fourth quarter, Montreal is hoping to get another opportunity, maybe on another penalty corner.
What seems to be the biggest difference to you on the way Montreal has played, or what they've been able to do in this fourth quarter compared to quarters 1, 2, and 3?
I think they've just been able to keep the ball a little bit more in their possession for a bit longer. A lot of it has to do with sort of the internal shift, the energy. Montreal knowing they're down, but only down 0-1. Really trying to, up the level of play, up the speed, and and Athens trying to slow down that play can kind of get caught on their back heels if they're slowing the play down a little too much. And that seems to be what's kind of that shift is happening right now with both of these teams. Montreal trying to push the speed, Athens trying to slow it down, but kind of getting caught being a little bit slow defensively as Montreal's picking it up.
6:20 to go, fourth quarter. Only goal coming from Devendorf in the second quarter. Montreal trying to change that, though, on the offensive.
Yeah, one thing a lot of these U-14 players, as we saw on that foul right there, is a lot of usage of the reverse sweep. A lot of these players still working on trying to...
As Chance trying to break in, the keeper, Stokel. Great job to cut down the angle and to really force either to get there fast and make a decision or lose it. And Montreal lost it, but a good scoring opportunity nonetheless.
Yeah, what a great step up on a ball that was a little bit loose from Savannah Sokol, forcing that player to have to make a decision as she goes out on that slide. Even though she didn't touch the ball with her pads, being able to force that pressure and force that quick decision making allowed the ball to go out wide.
As whistle against Montreal. So Athens trying to flip the tables here and come back fast the other way. Over the line opportunity, good poke, jars it loose. 4:54 to go, fourth quarter. 1 goal differential, Athens and Montreal. Trying to find space, the defense closing down fast and limiting opportunities. Out it goes, possession to Montreal. So certainly feels like a different Montreal team that we're seeing in this fourth quarter alone. We saw those back-to-back corners. A couple of other good opportunities. Montreal has the momentum in the fourth quarter, but is it going to be enough is the question with just about 4 minutes to play, trailing by 1.
Yeah, if they continue to play as we've been seeing in this fourth quarter, I think they're going to get the ball down the field a little bit longer. As we saw, such a great passing pattern until it got picked off by Athens on the defense, but being able to receive the ball in the middle and then open up and look to the opposite end of the field is a tactic that we're looking for these players to kind of continue to grow and develop into. And it's nice to see it at this U14 level, being able to find the ball into the pocket in the space, open up, see if we can switch angles on the field and look for the other side where there clearly is more space.
Corner opportunity for Athens. Their 9th of the match. Just about 3:15 to go. So we saw them capitalize on the corner per se with their only tally so far. A chance to really flip the way this fourth quarter has gone right here with another corner. Settled, played across. That one just hopped over the stick. Far side, Athens pressured by Montreal, looking to center it. Deflected, and they're going to say off of Montreal. The defender was there in the passing lane. Good effort, but just got a stick on it, so it stays with Athens.
Yeah, if you're Athens in this situation with about 2.5 minutes to go, the goal is to keep the ball, not try and allow Montreal to get another play into their defensive 25, but just pass the ball around the back, slow down the play, really delay as much as possible to give Montreal as little time as possible to get the ball in the circle.
As far side, Athens going to be able to, thought they were able to sneak away with that one, but Montreal keeps possession. Holds. Good move around the defender, steps in. That one tipped out, and a chance for Montreal as a corner opportunity here with 1:41 to go. Fourth quarter down by 1. Sixth corner for Montreal. What do you think they're looking for here on this one?
You know, for Montreal, I think you have such a strong goalie in the cage with Savannah Sokol, has made some really strong saves throughout. I think you have to find some sort of option that causes some congestion in the circle for Sokol to not have a great look on the play. Sometimes people like to send in a screen, a player who stands right in front of the goalkeeper in order to make it harder to see this ball come in for a shot.
As that shot definitely had bodies, as you called, right in front of Sokol, but didn't get to her. Played high, and so less than a minute to go. Athens with possession. Certainly going to look to try to just run off as much clock as they can.
Yeah, this is really smart from Athens right now. Send the ball into the corner. Have one of your best players with stick skill keep the ball in that corner, slow down play, try and get a foul against Montreal, so they have to get back and get 5, reset the ball, stop, look up, and then play it into the corner again.
And exactly as you called, exactly what they did there, but that one going out. A rule, it was poked out by Montreal. So Athens just going to continue to try to kill off a little bit more time. 10 seconds on the clock, up by 1. They get it out, running towards midfield. That one's going to go over the line and is going to cap this one off. So Athens takes this 1-0 in this gold medal match. The only goal coming from Amelia Dievendorf, the New York native, putting Athens on the board in quarter number 2. That's all they needed as they take this one by a final of 1-0. Final thoughts from what you saw from these two teams?
You know, I think it really was a defensive game. I think what kept Montreal off the board was just really strong defense from that back line from Athens, and then some great goalkeeping from Savannah Sokol to make some quality saves. Just make them look easy, stay balanced, stay in front of the play. She did a really good job there. Obviously, some credit to Josephine Payne in the other goal too. Just a really great finish on that goal for Athens. But I think defense was the name of the game.
Gold medal match goes Athens' way, the 1-0 victory. We will have the bronze match coming up in just about 5 to 10 minutes. That one, Team Los Angeles and Team Rome. Thanks for joining us for the gold medal match. Athens tops Montreal 1-0 from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Let's go!
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
From credentials to luggage tags, even time standards tags for competitive swimmers, Bag Tags creates durable and distinct functional sporting events tags that are not only used as a security measure, but are also treasured keepsakes, marking special moments and milestones in an athlete's competitive career. Bag Tag services some of the most notable sporting events across the country. Fully customizable, totally unique, and made in the USA. Visit bagtagsinc.com today.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on up, We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game!
Grow the game.
Grow the game. Grow the game.
Grow the game.